Good morning once again, Patrice Kunesh, and I'm the director of the Center for Indian Country Development here. And I'd love to welcome you here to the Minneapolis Fed, but most importantly, I want to welcome you back to Indian country. Right here where we are situated, the Minneapolis Fed is on the banks of the Mississippi River. And if we could pull open the curtains and look at that beautiful river, we would see that along the banks, this was your historical meeting place and trading place for our Ojibwe and Dakota people here in Minnesota. And when I was a young girl, my father would bring us to this place. At that time, it was a store called Berman Buckskin, and it was around for 100 more years. And it was the trading place. So when the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis was looking for a new site, and they saw this on the banks of the Mississippi, little did they know that they were situating themselves in Indian country. So it's a good place for us to be. And let me greet you, if I may, in the words of my Lakota people, Shante Washtea Timahiyoho, which means come in with a good heart. And I know that this work is heart-opening and mind-opening, and hopefully, in another way, just opening up possibilities to the work that needs to be done to support our Native children. You know, it's a pleasure for me to welcome you in many different ways, here in Indian country, here at the bank. But I'm also really thrilled about getting some time to get to know all of you. I've heard many of your names. I know about your work, the deep work in the college communities, and that just really warms my heart and my soul. And it's something that we care so deeply about, and it's probably one of the most important and enjoyable opportunities I get here at the Minneapolis Fed. It's also really special because this convening is co-hosted by the American Indian College Fund. And it's a stellar organization whose sole mission is to help Native students gain access to vitally important educational opportunities and really support their individual successes. I love the literature, I love the stories that the fund shares with us. So that resonates with us in the center. Certainly we understand the significance of this mission, and it aligns with the mission of the center as well, which is to support the prosperity of American Indian communities throughout the United States. And we recognize that education is really a fundamental building block for reservation, workforce, economic development, and for our Native people everywhere we may encounter them. So most of all, I think I'm excited to welcome you because of our topic today, early childhood development in Indian country. And that is directly related to one of our own core public policy concerns, and that is ensuring that all American children, and especially Native children who have some of the largest disparities, get access to high-quality education. So our conversation today taps into an important tradition here at the Minneapolis Fed, our years of research and outreach in economic and community development, along with the social benefits of high-quality programs for at-risk children. And our own Rob Grunwald, who has spent more than a decade or so in research in this area, has demonstrated that well-targeted investments in early childhood development not only improve long-term outcomes for our children, but also yield high rates of return to society at large. And that is exponential impact in Indian country. So as this message has resonated across the country and really across the world, I'd say, we are going to get really deep into this today. So I am so pleased that this convening, thank you Tara Jean and the fund, brings together our two strongest traditions, Indian country and early childhood development. So just let me close by adding to this mix my own firmly held beliefs of the transformative power of education. and the importance of providing good education to all children. But for me, of course, very personally and from a family perspective, to our Native children. Like you, I know that education matters for each person individually and a society as a whole. And so at a personal level, I really believe that as we seek access to opportunities, education is a great equalizer. So your work and your passion is so important to all of us. Thank you, and I'm really looking forward to the day.
He hani washte medaka yapi, wachiapi wi machiapi, lena shichango lakota imataha chate washte nape chayuzapo. Good day, friends and relatives. Cheryl Crazy Bull, I'm the president and CEO of the American Indian College Fund. I welcome all of you here to this convening. We say in our language, chante washte nape chayuzapo, because that means I greet you with a handshake and a good heart. And that is really the nature of Indigenous people's lives. It's about our kinship and about coming into the spaces that we're in with the best of intentions and looking to be open and to be good-hearted in that space. So I invite us to do that as we're here talking about our children and their families. I want to just take a moment to thank my team, because I don't know that I'll get a chance to publicly thank them. I might be able to thank them individually, but I'm really happy that several members of my team really engaged in organizing this event and really bringing forward the rewarding and meaningful work that the College Fund is supporting at our incredible tribal colleges and universities. And I was going to say, well, I've worked with tribal colleges and universities the longest, but really it's Janine. She actually, she's older than I am and worked there longer than me. But we have had that privilege of working in these really revolutionary institutions. And over the years, I've come to really realize that the meaning of 7 generations is that we look back on the teachings and values and practices of our ancestors, and we bring those forward into today's society, and we carry those forward for future generations. So there's this very valuable way that we bring our knowledge and our traditions forward, and we honor and pass those on. I was thinking this morning, I was recalling my own upbringing in a very large extended family, really across Indian country in many ways, because we have relatives in so many different places and friendships in so many different places. And I also then thought about my own mother, who was very good about the socialization of children. And she helped me understand that one of the most important things that tribally controlled education stands for is socialization. And that was taken away from us by many of the institutions and policies and practices of society and of the government. And our tribal colleges, along with other tribally controlled environments, we get to restore that. We get to bring that back to our communities. So our work here really is, it's a transfer, really, of resources among each other so that we can really do more and better work in our communities. So I'm really happy that we're here. I look forward to all the things that we will learn from each other. I'm excited about hearing from the tribal colleges and the work that our team members are doing, recognizing that they're representing a much bigger vision. They're representing the people who they serve. So they come here to tell their story, and they do it on behalf of those people. So it's really good to see all of you here today, and please don't hesitate to ask Hannah if you need any help. I'm going to just delegate that right to her. And if you need anything special, please let her know. And we look forward to the panel.